joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, the Bangor Police Department is asking for the public's help to locate 2 people of interest in multiple theft cases.
Sergeant Jason McCambley says Bangor PD and other law enforcement agencies around the state are trying to find 21-year-old Pardelian Munteen and 34-year-old Liana Moldovan. The two are connected to multiple investigations into thefts from many different businesses across Maine and other states as well, this ongoing since October of this year. Police say tens of thousands of dollars have been taken. According to Sergeant McCambley, the pair enter stores and either purchase gift cards or ask for large denomination bills to be broken into smaller ones, which distracts that employee. He says they use sleight of hand techniques when passing cash with the intent of deceiving the employee and then get away with several $100s at each location. McCambley says Bangor police are aware of 8 incidents in the greater Bangor area in the past 2 months. And if you believe you've seen them or know where they can be found, you're asked to call your local law enforcement agency. Anonymous tips can be called in to the Bangor Police Department at 947-7328, extension 3.
A Madison man has been sentenced to 33 months in jail for what officials are calling a ticket switching scam. According to court records from June of 2021 to April 2023, 51-year-old Aaron Hoster removed labels from low-cost items and applied them to higher-priced items, which he then purchased. Hoster defrauded multiple Home Depot and Lowe's home improvement stores in Maine. Officials say he cheated the retailers out of more than $51,000. Hoster has 29 prior criminal convictions and committed 160 thefts using this scam. In addition to his sentence, Hoster will have 3 years of supervised release and has been ordered to pay more than $57,000 in restitution.
On Sunday, Old Town Police responded to a 911 call for a man in crisis with a firearm. Rowan Lynch made his initial appearance in court earlier today, and his mother, Jennifer, reached out to our Doug Banks to give her additional perspective on the incident.
Rowan Lynch's mother is sharing previously unreleased details about her perspective on Sunday's incident at Old Town Regency involving her son. She asked for her face to not be shown.
What happened here was not a crime. It was somebody in desperate need of mental health and substance abuse.
Jennifer is a Vermont resident and says her son's battle with mental health and substance abuse stems from an incident in 2021 in Vermont, when Rowan was the victim of a hit and run
intentionally by someone that he'd known his whole life.
Rowan was flown to a hospital, diagnosed with a traumatic brain injury, and had a rod put in his leg.
He's been really struggling to kind of put his life back together since that happened and moved up here to get away from this kind of stuff.
Moving to Maine in August, Rowan developed PTSD, an addiction to painkillers, and purchased a weapon. She says simply out of fear that what happened in Vermont would follow him to Maine. After a relapse, Rowan's girlfriend confided in his mother this past Sunday morning about Rowan's mental health. According to Jennifer, she had already requested a welfare check a week prior, but it never happened.
Having like visual and auditory hallucinations that this person that had hit him was in the house. She was like, he wasn't intending to harm me. It was just, I don't think he even knew it was me.
Jennifer, who works in mental health care, first called Maine's crisis line to report the incident, but when she stated a gun was involved, she was told that police needed to be called instead. She believes Rowan didn't pose a threat to anyone but himself. After negotiations, Rowan Lynch surrendered and was brought to Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center to be evaluated by an Acadia hospital clinician. Jennifer says she later called the hospital to check in on Rowan, but found that he had been discharged and arrested.
They should have taken him then to the emergency room. He was evaluated by Acadia. He should have stayed there until he had a bed in a mental health facility. But instead, he went to jail.
In Penobscot County Court Wednesday, with Rowan's mom and girlfriend present, a judge ruled that a $2,000 cash bail be given to Rowan on the condition that he does not possess weapons or drugs and be given a mental health evaluation.
I just want to say thank you for your time, sir, and I owe my family that I get the help that I need.
We spoke with Rowan's mother outside following the ruling.
I'm glad that the judge was able to listen and able to see the situation for what it was and the failure of the healthcare system to get him the help that he needed when he asked for it, and that he's willing to work with him and let him continue to try to get the help that he needs.
We reached out to the Old Town Police Department for additional details about the incident, but were not available for comment. In Old Town, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Members of Old Town's Fire and Police Department celebrated the career of Police Chief Scott Wilcox, who officially retired today. Wilcox started his law enforcement career in Old Town before joining the Waterville Police Department. He later joined the Orono PD and assumed the role of police chief in 2015. Members of the department shared stories of Chief Wilcox, remembering the good he did in the Old Town community. Chief Wilcox says it's a bittersweet moment for him.
This has been a great place to work. The city is wonderful. The support from council and city manager has been exceptional. A great group of men and women that I've been able to work with on both the police side of the house and the fire side of the house.
Chief Wilcox also received several plaques and gifts for his service. He says he will still be around. He'll be starting his new role as CEO of the Old Town YMCA next Monday.
Well, Maine's Environmental Board is set to decide next week whether the state should adopt California-style regulations limiting the sale of new gas-powered vehicles. Supporters say the proposal being considered by the Board of Environmental Protection on December 21st simply accelerates the adoption of electric vehicles. And if approved, the standards would go into effect for 2027 vehicles and would require 82% of new vehicles sold to be considered zero emissions by 2032. Critics have voiced concerns about consumer acceptance and the need for thousands of new charging stations to be installed to meet environmental targets.
One of the citizen-initiated referendums passed by voters this fall is now being challenged in federal court. Question 2 would ban foreign affiliated entities from spending money on state and local elections. The suits were filed by Central Maine Power, Versant Power, the Maine Press Association, and the Maine Association of Broadcasters. CMP and Versant claim it's an infringement on their First Amendment rights. The media groups take aim at the law's requirement that media entities do their own due diligence to ensure political advertisements aren't paid for by foreign entities. Senator Rick Bennett, who chaired a group that supported the ban, says the real reason behind the lawsuits are clear.
It's about money and it's about power. And the people of Maine have spoken in near unanimity. I mean, 86% of the vote is impossible to achieve on any issue these days. And the people of Maine spoke at that level on this issue to keep foreign governments out of our election, to have some meaningful and reasonable regulation of the outrageous amount of money that's being spent in our elections and drowning out the voices of ordinary Mainers. And it's about money and power. They have it and they don't want to give it up.
Versant Power issued the following statement outlining their concerns with question 2, saying, quote, "It may prohibit Versant Power from participating in referendum campaigns that could significantly affect our company, our employees, or our state's energy future, despite the fact that we're a long-standing locally operated essential services provider. We agree with the numerous other parties, including the Maine Press Association, who believe question 2 violates the Constitution." Tim Moore, the president of the Maine Association of Broadcasters, provided us with the following comment. He said, quote, "We believe this impending law violates the First Amendment and will have the effect of silencing points of view. Besides being mostly small businesses, broadcasters cannot possibly uncover the ownership structure of potential advertisers. We are not the state's detective agency," end quote.
Orono has hired Texas-based company Strategic Government Resources to select candidates for its next town manager. Chief Operating Officer Jennifer Fadden says the contract between the company and the town was finalized Monday. Orono will be paying SGRA a total of $28,900. $26,000 of that will go directly to the company, and the remaining balance will go towards advertising. The contract also states that the town will reimburse finalists for travel-related expenses. Fadden says it's important for her company to make sure the town gets the best selection of candidates for the role.
This is the person that's going to oversee the day-to-day operations of the town and the execution of services and really have a significant impact on the community and its future. So it is very important that we do our job so that the town council can make a well-informed decision.
Fadden says the search will begin in January of 2024 and take roughly 12 weeks to complete.
Looking outdoors, certainly feeling that cool down going on right now.
Yeah, absolutely. There was definitely a drop, in the early evening hours.
Yeah.
Par for the course for this time of year. It's nice to still see it in the double digits as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and get a first check of our forecast and see what else is coming.
All right, Beth, thank you. Your first weather is brought to you by Winter Port Sheds. You need extra storage, a place to live, camp on your lot, a building for your pets. Check out Winter Port, the Bangor Mall, or at winterportsheds.com. Let's talk about the weather today. Temperature-wise, near 40 here in Bangor, also Bar Harbor. A bit cooler Millinocket, but overall cooler tomorrow, and most likely also for Friday, followed by much warmer temperatures getting in here for the weekend and into early parts of next week. A northwest wind out there now. It got a little gusty today. We could see wind gusts tonight near 20. Ushering those cooler temperatures in this evening and throughout the day tomorrow. Lots of clouds out there still. A couple of flurries can't be ruled out tonight. Overall, though, a drying out trend for us until the end of the weekend when our next rain system gets in here later on Sunday. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies, low temperatures down near 18. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
Alrighty, Jeff, thank you so much.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, our Matthew Juroncic will hear from experts on how to deal with loneliness over the holidays.
And tonight marks the 7th night of Hanukkah, and our Corey Bouchard takes us to a menorah lighting ceremony at the State House. With other stories and more local news when we come right back.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
My father worked at the mill for over 30 years. He was exposed to a great community and excelled at his job, but he was also exposed to asbestos. The air quality inside the mill was always his biggest complaint. He had no idea how deadly some of the products and materials were. When he was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew to call Joe Bornstein's office to get my dad the help he needs and the justice he deserves.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
At US Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone.
She's here.
Then give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at US Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
Welcome to the Season 4 finale.
3 teams remain for one epic final build.
The winning team is
Lego Masters Season Finale, Thursday on Fox.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Hello, I'm Emma Smith, and coming up on Good Morning Maine, a pro-Palestine rally was held in Bangor on Wednesday. We'll check that out, plus all the latest news from the Government Oversight Committee. And the Maine Public Utilities Commission has recently updated electricity rates. And we'll have our Pet of the Week on a good note, coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Experts are sounding the alarm on loneliness and isolation in individuals, especially with the holidays here. Our Matthew Juroncic shares more.
Loneliness is a silent battle that Americans face on an everyday basis. But with the holidays around the corner, this becomes a bigger issue.
It's definitely a time of year where a lot of people will come together and connect. Some people don't necessarily have the strong connections that they want in their lives, and sometimes that can definitely lead to feelings of loneliness.
Loneliness is felt everywhere, especially here in Maine. According to a survey from OnlineSolitaire.com, 1 in 5 say they plan on spending Christmas alone this year.
And I think that hits home for a lot of us who do have supports in our lives or connections that we really engage in a healthy way and feel really good about.
Haley says loneliness should not be a battle that someone fights alone, and there are ways to help those coping with isolation.
To really engage them with certain connections in their lives that are important to them. That can be a variety of different things for people, including connecting with family, connecting with friends, or just some type of a social connection.
Haley says to make sure these connections are small and realistic. She says a simple conversation with a passerby in the grocery store is a step in the right direction. She also recommends gearing activities towards what the individual would appreciate.
Those things that are really important to us in our value systems, we always want to try to be doing activities that are related to those. Nobody wants to feel like they're isolated and on an island by themselves. Even those introverted people want connections at times, and we really, as humans, most of us thrive off of those connections.
If you or a loved one is suffering from depression or isolation, Haley said there are online resources that can be accessed. We will have those resources on our website. In Bangor, Matthew Jaroncic, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Tonight marks the 7th night of Hanukkah. Earlier this afternoon, a menorah lighting ceremony took place at the State House. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard was there and learned more about why event organizers say it feels more important than ever to celebrate this year.
Every year I welcome the chance to stand with you and to chase away the darkness of a cold winter day with the warmth of this menorah.
Chabad of Maine held their annual lighting of the menorah at the state capitol on Wednesday. One of the main themes of the speeches given during the ceremony is about how this year, with the ongoing Israel-Hamas war, Hanukkah feels more important now than ever.
Around 2 months ago, a smallest nation in the world of not even 9 million people, or maybe 6,000-7,000 Jews, were attacked, where over 1,200 deaths, captives, hostages were taken, destruction from the worst we saw in 75 years plus.
Rabbi Wilansky says the attacks and ongoing conflict left scars within the Jewish community around the world. Governor Mills added hate and anti-Semitism has no place in Maine.
With Israel confronting the most deadly attack since the Holocaust on October 7th, and with rising anti-Semitism leaving some Jewish people feeling unsafe in their own communities here in the United States and in countries around the world. Maine is home to people of all faiths.
Rabbi Wilansky says this year, more than ever, there are more similarities to the first Hanukkah celebrated many centuries ago.
Because the whole miracle of Hanukkah was a small band of weak people were able to win against the mighty. So let's hope that from now on we'll get rid of all the darkness, only good things and happy things for the rest of our lives.
At the State House, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, the House of Representatives launches an official impeachment inquiry into President Biden.
And we'll also have the latest from Israel's ongoing war in the Gaza Strip. Those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 comes right back.
I have moderate to severe Crohn's disease. Now there's Skyrizi.
Things are looking up. I've got symptom relief. Control of my Crohn's means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
Feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks with Skyrizi, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements. Skyrizi is the first IL-23 inhibitor that can deliver remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. And the majority of people experienced long-lasting remission at 1 year.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Liver problems may occur in Crohn's disease.
Now's the time to ask your gastroenterologist how you can take control of your Crohn's with Skyrizi.
Control is everything to me.
Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
There's never been a better time to get away with a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted.
plus America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away. Lease an Ioniq 5 for $299 a month, plus get a complimentary EV charger and installation credit. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
Pro football fans, it's You Pick'em NFL, the Pro Football Challenge from Fox 22. Go to foxbangor.com, click on You Pick'em, and go to You Pick'em NFL. Make your picks, and you could be the weekly winner of either a $25 gift certificate from Chase's Family Restaurant in Bangor or from Chick-fil-A in Bangor. Brought to you by Mainly Eyes in Bangor, Twin City Tile in Brewer, Twin City Tint in Brewer, and Winterport Sheds. Compete all season long for the grand prize of $5,000. It's You Pick'em NFL from foxbangor.com.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
President Biden called out Republicans after they voted to launch a formal impeachment inquiry into his alleged involvement with his son Hunter's business dealings. The president called the matter a, quote, baseless political stunt, which he went on to say is not supported by facts. Fox's Madeline Rivera has the latest from Washington.
The yeas are 221 and the nays are 212. The resolution is adopted.
The House formalizing an impeachment inquiry into President Biden, with a vote split along party lines.
Today's unanimous vote by our conference showed that we are united as a conference.
Republicans believe the vote will now give them full authority, like subpoena enforcement, as they try to link President Biden to his son's business dealings. The move comes after Hunter skipped a closed-door deposition on Wednesday, wary of Republicans potentially distorting his testimony. Hunter says he will only testify in public. GOP members have likened his and the president's moves to stonewalling.
They specifically said we will not comply with certain aspects of subpoenas and information requests absent an inquiry vote of the legislature of Congress.
Meanwhile, the president is slamming the vote as baseless as Democrats accuse Republicans of prioritizing a partisan stunt over other crucial issues.
Good luck to all these Republicans who have to go home and justify a sham impeachment to their districts while telling them that we haven't passed the budget, we haven't reauthorized the farm bill, we haven't done a single thing that helps Americans live their lives.
They also criticized Republicans of simply doing former President Trump's bidding.
We're here today not because of any wrongdoing by President Biden, but because Donald Trump wants revenge.
So far, Republicans have found no evidence of wrongdoing by President Biden, but an impeachment investigation that would extend well into 2024 is another political headache for him as he ramps up his re-election campaign. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Israeli military officials on Wednesday said troops in northern Gaza suffered an ambush attack, resulting in the death of at least 7 Israeli soldiers. This comes as the Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry says more than 18,000 people have been killed by Israel since the start of the conflict. Still, IDF forces aren't backing down, promising to defeat Hamas, even as the United Nations voted to demand a humanitarian ceasefire in the region. Fox's Marianne Rafferty reports.
Israeli forces lashing north and southern Gaza with more air and ground assaults, targeting Hamas facilities and promising the war will rage on until the terror group is wiped out.
We will eliminate Hamas. We have no other alternative.
But IDF strikes across urban neighborhoods continue killing and injuring thousands of Palestinians. Even though Israel says it's trying to prevent civilian casualties, global outrage is growing. And Israeli military officials are doubling down on damage control after videos appearing to show IDF troops burning food and supplies in Gaza are sparking new controversy.
Soldiers on the battlefield are required to act professionally and ethically, and we will not compromise on this. In any event that does not align with IDF values, command and disciplinary steps will be taken.
This all comes as the United Nations General Assembly overwhelmingly voted Tuesday to demand a humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza. The president of the UN General Assembly said Israel's operations show, quote, profound disrespect for international law. Israel disagrees.
There are no war crimes more heinous than the atrocities Hamas committed, and those that support this resolution are giving the terrorists a free pass.
Meanwhile, the Wall Street Journal reports Israel has begun flooding Hamas tunnels in Gaza with seawater to drive out militants. On Tuesday, President Biden said he didn't know for certain if there were no Israeli hostages in the tunnels before the flooding started. Marianne Rafferty, Fox News.
Meanwhile, another Russian missile attack targeted the city of Kyiv early on Wednesday. It comes as President Volodymyr Zelensky asks the Biden administration for more military aid. Fox's Alex Hogan has more.
A Russian missile strike hitting Ukraine's capital on Wednesday, injuring dozens of people, including multiple children. It's the second attack on Kyiv this week. Ukrainian officials say falling debris damaged homes and a children's hospital.
We heard an explosion, then a siren. I ran into the children's room. The glass flew out. The child was injured, cut all over by the glass.
It comes one day after President Volodymyr Zelensky traveled to Washington pleading with Congress to further support his fight against Russia. On Tuesday, President Biden announced $200 million in security assistance for Ukraine. But with funding talks stalled in Congress, officials say the U.S. is reaching the end of its ability to provide more help.
We hope we can get a better outcome here before the end of the year. But if not, then we're going to have to really hit it hard early in the new year to try to get that aid going, that supplemental request.
As its war with Ukraine rages on, Russia is dismissing concerns over the whereabouts of opposition leader Alexei Navalny. He's been imprisoned in a penal colony outside of Moscow, but attorneys say they lost contact with him. The U.S. State Department says it holds Russia's government responsible for what happens to Navalny.
We have repeatedly joined Mr. Navalny's family, his colleagues, his supporters around the world in calling for his immediate release without conditions.
In August, Navalny was sentenced to 19 years in prison on extremist charges on top of 11 and a half years he was already serving. In London, Alex Hogan, Fox News.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, the Supreme Court will take up its first abortion-related case since it overturned Roe v. Wade last year when it hears a case centered on how the FDA regulates mifepristone.
And in sports, Dexter girls basketball are poised to be top contenders once again. Why their community is a reason for motivation. We'll be right back.
Alabama, big time maneuver, takes on 10th ranked Creighton. Fox Primetime Hoops, Saturday at 7:30 Eastern.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
We're lucky to live in Maine. We have a wealth of natural resources, hardworking people, and time for the things that matter. Mechanical Services is all about Maine, with energy efficiency that protects our environment and helps businesses grow. Preventive maintenance and energy solutions that save money. How Maine is that? Mechanical Services. We're everywhere you are in Maine.
Choosing Miracle Ear was a great decision. Like when I decided to host family movie nights. Miracle Ear made it easy. I just booked an appointment and a certified hearing care professional evaluated my hearing loss and helped me find the right device calibrated to my unique hearing needs. Now I enjoy every moment. The quiet ones and the loud ones.
Make a sound decision. Call now and book your free hearing evaluation.
Football fans, with the Caesars Sportsbook app, you can be in the game all the time. Seeking instant action? Quick Picks offers you the most popular games and markets, already built for you and ready to bet. Experience the thrill when you stack your bets to create a super parlay. Build bets for your favorite teams and players across multiple games. This season, don't just watch the game. Download Caesars Sportsbook and experience the game like never before.
Christmas. It's not your birthday, but it's better than nothing. Season's greetings from Green Bear 420 crew. P.S. Happy birthday, big guy. Season's greetings from Diversified Ink in Bangor, providing custom ink by licensed artists for more than 20 years. Season's greetings from Bangor Neon, providing custom signs, vehicle graphics, awnings, and much more for the last 70-plus years.
The Supreme Court will take up its first abortion-related case since it overturned Roe v. Wade in 2022. The case centers on the abortion pill and how the FDA regulates it. It's a decision that could impact millions of American women. Fox's Rebecca Castor has more from Washington.
The Supreme Court is getting back into the abortion debate, agreeing to review a lower court decision limiting access to the abortion pill.
President Biden and Vice President Harris will continue to fight to defend women's ability to access reproductive care.
It's not about whether abortion is legal or illegal. It's about the method in which it's provided. That's what this case is focused on.
A Fifth Circuit judge ruled the abortion pill should be more regulated after concluding the FDA did not fully consider the potential health risks to women when it revised regulations for the drug, including extending the window the abortion pill can be used from 7 to 10 weeks of pregnancy and allowing the drug to be mailed.
The Biden administration has removed those safeguards and essentially created a mail order abortion scheme that induces labor and delivery for women in an unmanaged and unsupervised way.
The drug, known as mifepristone, is allowed in 37 states and is one of the most common abortion methods in the U.S. With the Supreme Court ruling expected in late June, the abortion issue will be front and center once again during the presidential campaign season.
We have to humanize this situation and deal with it with compassion.
That I think is important to point out is Donald Trump flip-flopping on the right to life.
While the Supreme Court decision is on hold, access to the abortion pill will not change. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
The Supreme Court says it will hear an appeal that could affect hundreds of charges stemming from the January 6th attacks, including those against former President Trump. The court announcing on Wednesday that justices will review an appellate ruling that revived a charge against 3 defendants accused of obstruction of an official proceeding. The charge refers to the disruption of Congress's certification of Biden's 2020 presidential election victory over Trump, and it has been brought against more than 300 defendants in the Capitol riot.
In other news, Tesla is recalling more than 2 million vehicles across its model line due to a defect in a system used while the car is in autopilot. The company announced the recall Wednesday to fix a problem with the system that makes sure drivers are paying attention when they use autopilot. The recall comes after a 2-year probe by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration into a series of crashes that happened while the automated driving system was in use. Agency documents state Tesla will send out a software update to fix the problem, which includes additional controls and alerts.
Apple is rolling out a new iPhone security feature to help protect users if their devices are stolen. The new feature is called Stolen Device Protection. Thieves who know a user's passcode can break into the device and access saved passwords, Apple accounts, and digital wallets. They can also make changes and lock the user out in an effort to steal money. The new feature will now limit what can be changed or accessed if the iPhone is not in a familiar location, such as at work or at home. It will also require Apple's Face ID in addition to a passcode for users to access that sensitive information. Definitely a step in the right direction, if you ask me. I think
that's just scary to think about. You know,
it really is.
It really is. So yeah. I think the more protection, probably the better.
Absolutely. And you know, if it means one more step to get to that information for the user, it may seem inconvenient at the time, but you know, it would be much more inconvenient.
It's worth it when it's in the wrong hands.
Exactly.
Yeah. Alrighty, folks. Well, we've got our full 5-day coming up. Stay with us.
High temperature is up near 40 today, but tomorrow is going to be much colder, but then a big warming trend is on the way for the weekend. We could do 50 in the 5-day forecast. Details on that when I come back.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
Honey, where's the countertop?
I sent it out to the granite shop this morning to be replaced.
Wow!
The quickest turnaround in the business, the Granite Shop in Sedgwick.
Chiefs, Patriots, then Cowboys, Bills. Sunday on Fox. Check for the game in your area.
Here we go. Your full weather is brought by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studio in Penobscot Plaza in Bangor. And we are talking about temperatures today. Of course, highs near 40 for us, but much of the country is cooling off this evening. We'll have a cooler day tomorrow, followed by the return of well above average temperatures for probably Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. 39 out there today here in Bangor, 40 for Bar Harbor. So overall, comfortable above average temperatures today. The average high being about 32, 33. All of us were above that across our area for today. But the long range trend now takes us through Christmas into late December, well above average temperatures across the Midwest, the Plains, and the Northeast here. And we're going to keep these warmer temperatures going. Not so much tomorrow, more so though for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 40s are back in the forecast, and a couple of us could see 50 by the end of the weekend. So the wind out there now will die down tonight. Tomorrow's going to be a cool day, kind of windy out there too. And then 40s are back in the forecast for Friday. And again, a couple of us could touch 50 on Sunday into Monday. All right, the wind out there now out of the northwest around 10 to 15 miles per hour. This will begin to come down a bit tonight. It got a little squirrely today. We had wind gusts near 30 miles per hour earlier today. That has since died down. But it is ushering in some cooler, drier air, giving us feel-like temperatures in the teens tonight. And a small craft advisory out there as well. Wave heights out here approaching 8 to 10 feet through about midday tomorrow. All right, so lots of clouds out there currently. There are a couple of flurries across the region, not a big deal at all. We are in a clearing out trend now for tonight through tomorrow and also on Friday before our next weather system begins to enter the picture later in the weekend. We're probably talking late Sunday into Monday, and that one's going to be another heavy rain producer, right? So here's some moisture out there right there, a system over here to the west of us that's going to come together over our neck of the woods again, and that could bring us easily a healthy dose of rainfall late Sunday to Monday. That could end as a little bit of snowfall probably later on Monday. Our forecast then tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies and breezy out there. That northwest wind could still hover around 10 with air temperatures down near 14, making it feel like single digits out there. For tomorrow, okay, so tomorrow's a cool day. Lots of sunshine, though. That's going to feel good, but breezy. That northwest wind could gust near 20, making that 29 feel much colder, especially throughout the afternoon. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows tomorrow 29, but up in the 40s again for Friday with lots of sunshine. Saturday, same story, 40. Sunday, same story, 41, with some more cloud cover on Sunday. And then Sunday night, the rain gets in here. And then a rain gets in here also on Monday. That rain could be heavy on Monday with high temperatures up near 50. Beth?
Alrighty.
Yeah, well, a great looking weekend on the way then.
Indeed. Happy to see it.
All right, thanks, Jeff. And sports is coming up next. Stay with us.
Behind every keepsake, there's a memory. Behind every photo, there's a story. Behind Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, there's people giving back by bringing back what was thought to be lost. The details, the time, and the expertise. all packaged up behind a name that Mainers have trusted for over 35 years. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
Hank's Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations. 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to snow blowers, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hank's Husqvarna, Carmel or Newport.
Do you need to replace your windows, but worry that your project will be hard to schedule and too expensive? Then call Renewal by Andersen, the custom replacement window division of Andersen. Our windows are made with an exclusive Fibrex material that's vastly superior to vinyl and backed by the nation's best warranty. Be sure to ask about our 1-year price lock guarantee to secure a price that's good for 1 full year. Call Renewal by Andersen for your free consultation and a money-saving offer. Installation is always included. Call now.
From the land to the sea, Chase's Family Restaurant is the place to be.
Are you looking for a place to unwind after a long day?
Then come check out our Hideaway Lounge.
With a bar that's both upbeat and laid back. And it's the perfect atmosphere for anyone who wants to unwind after work.
Or kick it up for the weekends with daily drink specials and a full dinner menu.
You can fill up on a good time any night of the week.
Thank you for being a part of our family.
Here at Chase's Family Restaurant.
It's the new celebrity guessing game.
Who is the celebrity behind the relative?
That could win you life-changing money.
You got it right.
We Are Family, January 3rd on Fox.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We're going to start with some football. Let's talk Patriots. The Pats will welcome in Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and the Kansas City Chiefs Sunday afternoon at Gillette. The Chiefs, who were at one time atop the AFC with a 6-1 record, have since lost 4 of 6, and they come in a bit angry after last Sunday night's home loss to the Buffalo Bills. Patriots, who are coming off a win, know in order to pull off the upset, they'll need to somehow score a lot of points.
For me as a young guy, I want to do everything I can to, help the team win as a whole and, not let everybody down. That's my goal, is to do my job and to go in there and try to help us win games.
And the football world, meanwhile, is still buzzing over Tuesday night's report from NBC Sports Boston's Tom E. Curran that following the season, the Patriots and longtime head coach Bill Belichick would be parting ways. Earlier on Wednesday at his availability, Bill was asked about that report, let's just say more than once.
Do you have an understanding that Robert will not ask you to be back next year?
Yeah, I'm getting ready for Kansas City. That's what I'm doing.
Do you want to keep coaching? Is that something that you want to continue?
Yeah, I'm getting ready for Kansas City.
Have you and Robert discussed your future beyond this season?
Getting ready for Kansas City.
Sounds a little like we are on to Cincinnati. Let's move on now to the University of Maine. The university announcing on Wednesday afternoon plans for a state-of-the-art soccer and outdoor track and field complex. The new complex will be called the New Balance Track and Field and Soccer Complex, and it's made possible thanks to a $7 million commitment from New Balance Athletics. New Balance gave $5 million to the university in 2011 for the field house renovations. Here are some of the renderings of that new complex that will feature a turf soccer pitch adjacent to a brand new track and field complex. Athletic Director Jude Killey says the gift is another remarkable display of New Balance's dedication to supporting the student athletes and the community of Maine. All right, let's move on now to some high school basketball. On Tuesday, we talked about Penobscot Valley girls and their quest for a Class C North title. And on Wednesday, we visit the defending champs of that region over in Dexter. The Tigers winning the regional title last year after a 17-1 regular season before falling against Old Orchard Beach in the state finals. They have a lot to be excited about, though, with 4 starters coming back. The Tigers' defensive unit showed their stripes Tuesday night in a big win against PCHS, but this year they are focusing more on scoring, something that hurt them a little bit late last year.
We are trying to have a little bit more of an outside game, so when the players get drawn to the post, our shooters are creating a little bit more offense.
We are looking to focus more on our offense, but then again, with our 4 starters coming back and all that bond already built, we don't really have to focus on personal connection and rather focus together on building that.
Dexter seems to be in prime position to be a top contender in Class C North yet again. Both the team and the community are chomping at the bit. The girls say being around that atmosphere from the community gives them a lot of pride in being a Dexter Tiger and also gives them some dedication to bring home a gold ball for their supporters.
We have 2 older guys that come into Duncan. We talk to them every day. They come to every single game. I mean, they go up scouting for us, and our community is a big part of why we do.
They play a really big role. They're supportive. They talk to us every morning in the local Dunkin' or gas station. I think it would be really nice to do something for them.
That's some cool stuff right there. Let's stay with some high school basketball. It's a double header on Wednesday night over at Old Town with the Coyotes hosting John Baptist. The action starts with the girls. John Baptist looking for their first win of the year. Coyotes looking for that 2-0 start. We're going to pick this up late in the game, second half. Old Town leads. Danica Brown, a nice pass inside to Sage Evans. She is going to bank it in through the contact right there later. Taylor Loring on the drive. She catches a cutting Alexis DeGrassi for the lay-in to extend the Coyotes' lead. Here come the Crusaders, though. Baptist with it. Anna Smith kicks it out to Jaden Shoppy from long range, and she drills it. But Old Town, they would keep their foot on the gas all night. Here's Karina Dumont driving past the defense to the hole. She scores. Old Town goes on to win 42-21. All right, let's move on to the boys' game now for the nightcap. Old Town looking for the sweep on the night over the Crusaders. We'll pick this one up in the first quarter. Coyotes would start hot. Brendan Mahaney, the steal, up to Grayson Tebow. Nice pass on the break to Aiden Gom for 2. Later on, it's going to be Emmett Byther for the Coyotes. He gives it to Brooks Vos, who puts it up and in through the harm. Old Town up big after 1. 3 the hard way right there. Second quarter, John Baptist's Colby Haggerty to Zach Gaudette in the corner from long range. He buries it to the final seconds of the half now. Ethan Clausen to Tyler Priest at the buzzer. That 3 goes down. Old Town, they were up 32 at the half. They go on to win 81-39. Move on to the ice now, over to Sawyer Arena for some boys hockey. It's across the river on ice. Bangor hosting Brewer. Rams up 1 in the first. Brewer on the power play, and it's a mess in front of the net, but Grady Venetestein finds it. He puts it in the back of the net. He scores. We are all tied up at 1 now. Same score in the second period. Rams on the power play this time. Miles Randall, a perfect pass in front to Marc-Andre Perron, and the Rams take a 2-1 lead. All right, here are the Witches on offense, looking to tie it. Venetestein sends it in. Cameron Dotsie has a chance in front. Cole Fernand covers it up. 3-1 now. Rams moving on. They would score again to make it 4-1. This one was Chase Karen. Their offense would keep it rolling. They come away with a 6-2 victory. All right, and for some other scores from around the area, Ellsworth in basketball over Foxcroft Academy. That's a big win right there. PVHS beats Mattanockhook in girls hoops 64-55. Piscataquis over Stearns 52-44. And then Orono girls picking up a win over Skank 47-36. All right, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
I have moderate to severe Crohn's disease. Now there's Skyrizi.
Things are looking up. I've got symptom relief. Control of my Crohn's means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
Feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks with Skyrizi, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements. Skyrizi is the first IL-23 inhibitor that can deliver remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. And the majority of people experienced long-lasting remission at 1 year.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Liver problems may occur in Crohn's disease.
Now's the time to ask your gastroenterologist how you can take control of your Crohn's with Skyrizi.
Control is everything to me.
Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Rowell's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover-Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance. Browse our inventory online or in person. Whether it's a car, truck, or SUV, we can put you in the vehicle that is right for you. Sales, service, and parts. Rowell's Garage. Doing business the right way every day. Come bowl a few games here at Bangor Brewer Bowling Lanes. We're one of the only candlepin bowling alley centers in Maine, conveniently located in the heart of Brewer. You always have the opportunity to simply bowl for fun. However, you can also join a league. We have youth leagues, adult and senior leagues. Now don't forget, we also host birthday parties for under $100, and gift certificates are also available. Give us a call right away at 989-3798 to make reservations for your birthday party today.
My father started a roofing company in the 1970s.
Back when asbestos was still commonly used in Maine.
When George was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew there wasn't a cure yet, but we knew he needed help.
We called Joe Bornstein's office because this family means business.
Their team is handling everything, representing Mainers who were victims of asbestos exposure.
We highly recommend the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
John Hamm stars as Detective Marvin Flute in
Grim Bite. Big Bite. Grimsburg.
Special preview January 7th on Fox.
Two-time Emmy-winning actor Andre Braugher has died. Braugher, who had roles in such TV shows as Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Homicide: Life on the Street, and Men of a Certain Age, passed away Monday following a brief illness. The actor was born in Miami and raised in Chicago, scoring his first film role in 1989 in the Civil War story Glory opposite Matthew Broderick. He would find great fame for his roles in Homicide and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where he played Precinct Captain Raymond Holt. Braugher also starred alongside Ray Romano and Scott Bakula in Men of a Certain Age. His film career also included roles in City of Angels, which was a wonderful role for him, Frequency, and The Mist. Braugher leaves behind a wife and 3 sons. He was just 61 years old.
A popular British bear gets a musical, the Kung Fu Panda family expands, and more. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with the latest in the Hollywood Nation.
The Bridgertons return, Poe recruits, and Paddington takes the stage in the Hollywood Nation.
I'm going to get a job.
Paddington Bear is heading to London's West End. A stage adaptation based on the iconic book series and film franchise is in the works. Paddington the Musical will premiere in 2025.
Who are you?
Poe has added more star power to his next animated adventure. Viola Davis, Ke Huy Quan, and Awkwafina join the cast of Kung Fu Panda 4. Franchise star Jack Black returns as the voice of Poe, the Dragon Warrior, who becomes a spiritual leader of the Valley of Peace and faces a new villain. The film arrives in theaters March 8th. David Oyelowo and his wife and producing partner Jessica will be working on more projects together. The couple signed a multi-year first-look deal with Apple TV Plus to develop and produce series and films through their company Yoruba Saxon.
What is the delay?
And Netflix heads back to Regency-era London next spring. The streamer announced Bridgerton Season 3 will return in 2 parts. The new chapter of their story will follow the romance between Penelope Featherington and Colin Bridgerton. The first 4 episodes will be available to stream May 16th, followed by the remaining 4 on June 13th.
I must know everything you know.
In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Well, if you are having some trouble finding the perfect gift for that special someone in your life this holiday season, you might just be able to find it on your next walk in the greater Bangor area. Our Devin Dagnall spoke with a local business owner who wants to take finders keepers to a whole new level.
You know, I'm just blessed to be able to do it, you know, to be in a position where I can go and hide jewelry all around the greater Bangor area. It's fantastic.
Quality Jewelers in Bangor has been hiding jewelry all over the greater Bangor area during the holiday season for well over 5 years now.
Finders Keepers started with a Facebook post back in 2017. We started hiding these little boxes all around the greater Bangor area, and we've been doing it ever since.
The rules to the event are simple. Every day during the holiday season, Quality Jewelers places a piece of jewelry in a signature silver box and hides it. After they post one photo of the item's location, it's off to the races for whoever can find it first. And as the adage goes, finders keepers.
they find it very quickly. It's within hours, sometimes within minutes.
Quality Jewelers owner Zach Leclerc says a lot of people in the area look forward to the event and its daily drops. He says it's a simple way to spread more joy during the holiday season, and because of how simple it is, he's now challenging other local businesses to follow suit.
So like I'm asking all of Maine, you know, this has been a great thing for us. It could be a great thing for you too.
Leclerc is calling it the Finders Keepers Challenge. All business owners have to do to participate is hide at least one piece of merchandise or a gift card in their area every day for people to find and post about it for the rest of the holiday season. Leclerc says he knows we're already about halfway through, but it's never too late to get started.
I'm hoping that they come along with the rest of the season. There's 2 weeks left, and anytime you wanted to do it, I mean, it's a great way to spread a lot of joy this year. Yeah. You know.
In Bangor, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
I love that initiative and the challenge to other businesses too. Great to see. Nonprofit Bangor Beautiful is getting a little help to make the city a better place to live and work. U.S. Cellular is donating $5,000 worth of mural supplies to support the group's mission of making Bangor a more beautiful place through public art, trees, gardens, and other efforts. The donation includes paint, equipment, and other tools.
Yeah, I mean, it's super important to give back, right? Especially for our nonprofits, because they're the ones that are really investing into our communities.
That donation is one of 40 nonprofit donations in the country in honor of U.S. Cellular's 40th anniversary. They say the goal is to help these organizations that bring people and communities together.
Well, speaking of bringing people together, the season of giving is in full swing, and today Bangor Police helped put the Merry and Merry Christmas with their Shop with a Cop event at Target. Families that were selected for the program got to do at least some of their Christmas shopping with a Bangor police officer, including kids who got to pick out a toy or two. This was the cutest thing I've ever seen today. So adorable. The department says they love to do it, and it's something that not only helps make the holidays fun for everyone, but it also provides a lift for the officers too.
Yeah, it's just become kind of a nice thing to do, and it makes everybody feel good. Everybody it's positive, they're happy. It's just a really nice thing to be able to do when you go through some of the stuff these officers go through every day.
Members of the Bangor JROTC will wrap the presents, and then officers will deliver them just in time for Christmas. And I have to say, I was there earlier this evening and I watched that officer literally do bicep curls with that kid.
It's great.
Lowered him into the cart. The kid grabbed a toy to put on the conveyor belt.
Yeah.
And then lifted him up again. Probably happened about a half a dozen times. So adorable.
It's amazing. Community outreach and a workout all in one.
Indeed. All right, folks, that is going to do it for us. Take care and have a great night.
Good night, everyone.